Good morning. Heading out to the rental today. My rental. I'm going to be working on Unit B side. We just had an inspection with the property manager. I called for it. We just walked to both units. Walked around Unit B, checked the toilet, and it was rocking. I'm like, okay. Actually, I'm a pretty emotional guy. You guys always hear me sighing, whatever you want to call it. I'm always complaining. And once I lifted that toilet, it like jiggled, and I'm like, oh. Anytime a toilet moves, I mean, some people tighten them up, and you're just doing yourself a disservice. It's a wax ring underneath it. Wax don't come back. The only thing that really comes back, I would say, would be those rubber ones. And I think I've only installed the rubber one once for wax ring, but there's no wax on it. Waxes are still my favorite. So I could just do the wax ring for it, but I'm just gonna change the toilet out, put a nice glacier bay in. It's not a new toilet, but it's gonna be new to them. It's like 6 months old, so 6 months young. So I gotta go to the shop, grab that cheap toilet, like $100. A toilet's a toilet. I'm just changing it out. I mean, actually, that toilet that I'm gonna be taking out actually might not be that old for once. The other side was, the other unit had an older toilet that I switched out, and I think this one actually had, I think it's like a chair height. I'm not even sure, but I want to put a nice elongated one in. And then we looked at the closet doors. Like, all of them are coming out. The pins on top, they're all out of the tracks. I fixed these like years ago, right when I bought the property, and I think I just popped them in, and they worked just fine. Now I'm looking at them; they're all goofed up. I don't know how, but I can't say I don't know how. Properties, I think made in, I'm all over the board. I'm gonna be thinking it's probably like 95 or 2000. It's not that old of a building. Stuff don't last forever. The back door seal's bad. I kind of fixed it. I don't know if you want to call it that. Kind of cheated, because I noticed it wasn't making a seal and it wasn't touching the door. So I kind of pulled the seal out of the jam to make it touch. When I closed it, it's working. I'm gonna try put a new seal on it, see if it gets a better seal. This door, I think the tenant told me after I bought the building, duplex, that the door was smashed in. You can see a bunch of bang marks on it. I'm not gonna replace the door. I'm just gonna try to put a better seal on it. Hopefully it sticks out further, or I'm just gonna cheat it. Such a slumlord. This is the same unit that I did the fiberglass repair on the shower, or tub you want to say. So I'll show you guys that, and then I'll put the video up next to it. That's enough. I'll get you guys some shots. This isn't even my driveway, but literally this is this little section is actually the town's strip here, and then the fourplex right here. This is their property. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, the plows must have did this, a big divot. There was two of them. Am I looking? Yeah, right next to each other. See, they put some rocks over there. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. I'm gonna have to go buy some rocks. I just seen this now. Gotta love it. Always work.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
Good. See, there's big holes out there.
In the
gravel.
gravel, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
the snow
always
plows.
like that.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna deal with that. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today, even though it's not my property anyways. But I'm gonna. That sucks.
It's always like that. It is. It does suck. And then it takes them forever. Like one time we got stuck with our driveway.
I wonder if I can even call the city, man. I wonder if they'll do it. Hey, is it okay if I record my fixes for YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet today.
No, you can talk.
I don't think anything's gonna happen today.
Oh. Yeah. So I gotta look at this toilet again.
Why are you wearing those?
The clod hoppers? Because I'm gonna be running it and I'm gonna be making a mess.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to do that to you.
You're gonna be outside and stuff, but
Yeah, that'll be last. I gotta make sure. Did they give you this toilet? Did they put this? Did he put this in when you were living here?
no.
Or it was before?
It was before.
Okay, and you were here for 10 years?
Well, no, longer than that. 11, 12 maybe now.
I wonder what the brand is on this thing, because I'm just trying to figure out if it's a better brand than mine. I don't know if I want to change it.
If you need something, you just holler. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly in there. It's pretty gnarly in there.
All that water.
No, it's just, it's just old. It's just old, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is low or not. I'm changing it. I don't care. I'm gonna change it.
You know.
It'll be, it's not a new toilet, but it's new to you. And it's it's gonna be a water saver. So you're gonna have two different choices. The one button for number 1 and the other button for number 2.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You got a fancy one.
Yeah, so help you guys save on water. I put the same one in the other unit too.
The chain, after a while, you can flush your chain breaks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we were just using.
Man, toilets, I can keep on rebuilding them. You know, that's what everybody else does. I mean, but I'm just gonna change it.
We just used a paper clip to.
Wonder how long that would last. Oh, you said it keeps on breaking, so it keeps on failing?
And we used it until it broke again, like decayed or whatever, and then we just put another one on there.
You know, you can always put a work order in. You know that.
The what?
So you know you can put a work order in.
Oh, something so simple and easy.
I know, and then you gotta deal with me.
I don't mind dealing with you.
The guys are asking on YouTube about the patch job I did on the, I'm screaming, sorry. The guys are, oh man, the silicone failed. I gotta put more silicone in there.
I did not get my moe or whatever. I forgot to get it, so I've got to get the tub clean.
But the guys on YouTube were asking about the patch job. They were wondering how long it was gonna last.
Oh, it's still going strong.
It is going strong. It wasn't a perfect patch job, but pretty dang good for what I had to deal with.
I like the blue. I thought the blue. I wish you would have been able to keep the blue.
The blue.
When you did it, the patch job, remember?
Oh, green. Yeah. Blue or green. I have some
Actually, Nate has to get down. Well, either that or my caretaker or the kids have to get down and clean the tub.
Yeah.
Because I can't get down there. Because of me.
They also have the spray and leave, or what do you call it? Spray and you just leave it, and then you just do it every time you're done with the shower. Keeps everything cleaner. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I have some imperfections in my work, but I mean, for the biggest patch job I did, I don't think I did too bad. It goes.
I thought it did good.
Like up here, it goes crazy.
The water, we scrubbed. You can see where we tried scrubbing.
My
We
paint's
tried
gone.
even using what do you call that damn thing? A Brillo pad.
Don't use a Brillo pad.
No.
Don't use a Brillo pad.
They don't work anyway.
Oh, they'll work, but the problem is you'll scratch the finish right off. That's what happened. I was renting my rooms out, and I put a brand new shower in my house, and the guy wanted to clean it. Used a Brillo pad on it, scratched my brand new shower that was about maybe a year old.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I wanted to cry. But
Yeah, I think I would have.
that was dumb, Brian.
Say, let me help you, buddy. Put your fingies and hands and this is my room.
flathead on a drill. Skip it on me. Yes, it is. Torch wrecking. Not good. I already changed this valve out a while back. We got some more light now. And then we're gonna put that over here for right now. Ready to shut the water off. Oh man, that's a lot of water. Wow. Look at that flapper. Gnarly. Oh, it's a Kohler. I do like Kohler. It's an old Kohler. Thought the shape looked familiar. Okay. No secret. Not much of a secret, but. So I'm gonna suck as much water out. There we go. The last drop suction gun, this is what it's called. Come on. Nice and rotted. I'm gonna put a new supply line on this too. I do like these supply lines as long as you got the ribs on it. I don't like the black though, the black rubber. The problem is it gets nasty. That's probably about 2 years old. See the black off of it? It's already deteriorating. Stuff I use has like, I think it's a yellow rubber. Uh-oh. Nice. Okay. And then, actually I should have put the tank first. And what size is that? I wonder if this American Standard size works. If I can find it. Yep, problem is it's so gonna be rotted, it's not gonna work. Darn it. Try this. Nope. You know what? I think I'm just gonna carry this whole thing out there, bust it out there. Usually I just cut them. I gotta see how strong I'm feeling. Okay. Let's see. Oh no. I'm kind of worried about the flange, to tell you the truth right now. There's the paint coming off the flange. Wax took all the paint off. Look at that. Cool. Flange is moving a dot. I'm gonna put some more screws in it. I'm gonna clean this up first. So I started trying to scratch some of the paint off, where the loose paint is. That will make a nice seal. And then I have nails here. And then I have, oh, I thought there was nails over here. Or screws. Nope, looks like all nails. So I'll see if I can pull them out. Let's put screws in. Nope, that's a screw. Probably a drywall screw. Fooled me. Yeah, these aren't doing nothing. Nothing. Pen looks like it's grabbing. Nope. All these are not good. Crack the top. Wow. Get out of there. I think this is pretty easy. One more. Nope, two more. Nope. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start fastening this. I'm using 2-inch screws. And they're coated. Nope. Nothing. Nothing's there. For an angle. different angle. That's grabbing. That's good. I'm gonna fill them all. Good. They're all fastened. Or below the floor. So I'm just gonna use a extra thick wax. And then we gotta make sure it seals. We gotta make sure it feels good. I could use a spacer and bring this up flush to the floor, but we should be fine. I got these set fast bolts. I'm wondering if this will be too high. Even with this, this is the bigger ones. The bigger ones. There's a smaller set I got too. Size. Yeah, the good thing about these, you can adjust them. But the problem is right now, you can usually go down deeper, but this isn't, I don't have much adjustments. And then if it doesn't work out, I could just switch it with the smaller bolts. Okay, that'll work just like that. And then Steve Lavamere usually just puts like a screwdriver to mark them. But then I gotta get 2 screwdrivers out. I'll just mark it with the nuts. Makes my life easier.
Well, I got an appointment for an oil change. I said, well, I don't think he's gonna need you, but
I'm surprised he doesn't change the own oil.
he has a thing that he gets like a discount because of, I don't know, he bought the car new.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I better double check since this is not brand new. Make sure there's no wax. What was I gonna say? Just to let you know I'm recording out too. You can talk to me. I don't, as long as
brand new.
Yeah, that's why I have no problem reusing toilets, as long as it's a new toilet, and the new toilets, they flush a lot better than the old toilets. And I seen you. Did you ever have to plunge that old toilet?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, so is this gonna make a seal? Yeah. Cool. That's all I care about.
It's crooked. No.
Yeah, I'll adjust it.
It is, yeah.
I'll adjust it. I don't wanna. Once I get the tank on, that's when I.
Right.
I don't want to get all crazy. Keep moving it more than I have to.
I gotta give you a hard time.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, but toilets are just porcelain, and then you keep on rebuilding them, and there's not much to them. But the old ones I deal with, they're like what do you want to say? Like no problem. They're like 30, 40, 50 years old, 3 gallons. Every time you flush, it costs all that money to flush it. And this one property, the 312 units that I deal with, that landlord's paying all that money for that water. I'm like, if I was him, I'd be going in and changing all these toilets. Exactly what toilet would I be putting in?
Right. Yep.
My mom hates, what do you call it, water savers. But that's because the old water savers sucked. Because they didn't flush that good.
Oh, yeah.
These are flushing a lot better. It's a 3-inch flush valve. So we're going to get a lot of water pressure. It looks shiny on this side, but the other side, not too shiny. I'll show you guys. too bad. It was fine, but then also fill valve's messed up, so I changed the fill valve out. Popped it out. There's a flapper too, but wrong type of flapper. I don't know the size. I guess I couldn't match it off the other one, but we'll check it out. Good. Seal's already on here. Not much to a toilet. Actually, from factory. Oh. I was just about to tell you guys. I don't know if it's the same one or if it's a new one. So I was going to say this is something from factory. They were actually cracked. See the crack? Yeah, they'd be careful. Probably would have been fine, but that's a no-go for me. I need to go find a cap now. And actually, that's my last one in my truck. I do have more, but I got to piece it out now. I got another one. Still from the kit. I'm not happy about it, but whatever. Good. Bolts. This is a 2-inch. We need a 3-inch. There's stealing parts left and right. So what I like to do is put a rubber on here. And put it through. What's his name? Ray's apartment maintenance. He likes to put the washer on and put the rubber on it. Problem is, well, he likes doing it because he sees that what happens is when you tighten it, over time the rubber just starts getting all wonky. I just don't like putting a washer there because now it's depending on squeezing it, and the only part that's getting sealed is around the nut. That's just what I think. I mean, he's been around a lot longer than me, doing a lot longer, so I still like, I'll put the washer at the bottom. I want to block that water from coming out, so. And everybody's got their own way of doing stuff. Doesn't mean that nothing's wrong. I haven't talked to Ray in a while. We usually, when he goes live, I usually jump on his chats. Super nice guy, he is. And a thin nut. Funny thing is, too, a lot of the people that watch him watch me. Oh, no. While we're talking, and I'm goofing up. If I could get it. And now, nut, the nut. Actually, I don't think even Steve Lavamere likes doing it like this, with the nuts in between. because obviously then you can't. Okay, snug that up. My ratchet. Remember, it's just porcelain. I think Ray actually uses Ray's apartment maintenance actually uses impact, which I don't blame him. But if you've been doing it for a while, you know, you can actually feel it. What he does, I can't remember. Good. 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 This is a little off-centered. It's hitting on the inside of the flush valve too. Flat nut. I don't know, people put rubbers at the bottom of this too, but I don't. Oh, another reason why I put a nut at the bottom originally. The problem is if you only put the nuts at the bottom and this thing and the tank moves, that's when the seal gives way and then the seal fells and now you have water on the floor. So if you could do it like this, tank can move all at once. Well, I guess the only thing else could fail is actually the I don't know what that seal's called. The tank to bowl gasket. But even if that thing moves, it'd be fine. But, and you know, it's not good anytime a seal moves, because there's a chance it might not seal again. So all I do is I cheat sometimes. I push it down, then I tighten it up. If I can figure out where this is at. You want them even, not cockeyed. China to China contact. It's not rocking. Well, that's not good. How did that happen? That sucks. Big time. So the tank ended up pinging. This happened to me once before. Once. This was years ago when I was installing toilets at my house. And I heard a ping and I just backed off and I toilet was fine. This tank is probably gonna be fine if I just backed them off and all that. I didn't realize I was getting overzealous when I was tightening the bolts on the original bolts where I put the 2 rubbers on. I didn't realize the rubber was so indented on the other side. I could have backed it off, probably would have been fine. But when you gotta be careful too, because you can hear porcelain make all sorts of noises, but because of China to China, it might be really rough, and then it might even sound like it's cracking, but it's not. But that was a ping. I don't see no crack, but I know it cracked. So I'm just gonna replace the toilet. I told her I was gonna give her a water saver, so that's what I'm gonna give her. The problem was I got this mixed up. I said that was 6 months old. I have 6-month-old toilets at my shop, but I thought it was the double flushers, you know? But it's just a regular single flush. So now I gotta drive to Home Depot, grab a Glacier Bay, because that's what I promised. I don't know if Menards even has the double flushers. I'm sure they do. I don't know anything about them, about Menards brands, unless it was like a regular toilet. It sucks so bad. I'm just eating it. I'd rather feel better at night. Worry about that tank just splitting in half. Just pouring water everywhere. It's okay. It's a cheap toilet. It's $100. The only thing is time. Toilet's all in. Glacier Bay. And they changed the cheap hardware that they had on the bottom. They had like wing nuts and it's like fake brass. Silicone the toilet to the floor. Change the supply line out. Ew, the funny thing was it's missing a rubber grommet. So I just silicone them down. Hopefully it won't move. Even if it moves, I can just tighten up more and it'll grab because it's rubberized. Just seems like it's one problem after another. Oh, I forgot to say, I left the back open. I didn't silicone it all the way around. So if it leaks, I'll know. Or they'll know, they will know. Okay. Where's the light at? There we go. A little bit of light. So this is the door with problems. You can't really see the light, but there's light right here that's showing. I cheated. So I pulled it out. So I pulled it out right here. So once it goes back in, it's gonna have issues again. So now you can see the light where you felt a bunch of cold air. And actually it's still not even pushed in all the way, so. But I'm just gonna rip it all out. I was gonna buy a butter seal, but I started looking at the other ones. See, these are hard. The butter ones, they're softer. I was afraid I wasn't gonna get it in there properly. I guess you can use the other one as measurements, but oh man, my paint's coming off. How bad did I paint on this? It's bad enough. Okay, all ripped out. Hopefully we'll get a better seal on it. Ways to do it. Okay, cut it long. not bad for a guess.
I would have taken that bag of garbage out, but you didn't put it down there until after I was outside.
Not a problem.
Like, right,
I know. Story of my life. I want to see if that alone probably fixed it. I'm sure it did. Maybe. Hopefully it comes out a little further. Oh yeah, that alone.
Can you look at the gap on the top?
Oh yeah, no, there's no seal up there.
Oh, okay.
There's none. I was hoping that little bit extra.
Right there, what it's on the side.
Well, I was hoping that the seal was worn out and it was pushed back. I was hoping that little bit extra that was sticking out in the brand new one would actually be good enough, and it looks like it is. So
I gotcha. Now I gotcha.
I wasn't sure if it was gonna. I was just blaming the door, but actually, yeah, we're good. I was worried.
Oh,
I'm a happy camper.
I'm slow catching on.
Me too. Me too. Cut long. Definitely not the right way to do it, but it'll work. Look at that. A dot. Right? Where's that at? Dot more. Good. This one. Can't even see. Block it. I have a feeling the door's not going to shut properly at all now. I actually adjusted this last year, I think. Yeah, once it pushes in, I'll get a nice seal with a deadbolt. It still shuts. But if I brought this back, it wouldn't be getting that good of a seal. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Oh, yeah. What am I talking about? Turn the light on, turn the light. Better than ever. So I'm gonna put some pictures up one of these spots, but literally when I got on my roof on my rental property, I guess things started clicking. Okay, I've owned the property maybe 3 years, right around there. Had inspections. Had my buddy look at the roof. I like my buddy. He's good at what he does. There's vents throughout the whole building, and there's 7 of them. Before I landed the property, there was another guy that locked in the contract, and they asked the buyer, or asked for money off from the seller, either one, for multiple issues. Probably one was for the mold, I'm sure, which there was a big company that did a horrible job. And the exhaust fans for the bathrooms weren't vented outside. I only know this because my inspector was the same inspector that took care of the guy before. Don't ask me how I found the same inspector. So I got up on the roof and I'm looking at it. I've already been up there how many times? My buddy looked at it. But I'm like, this is all in a row. Why is there brown around these exhaust fan covers? There's one on each end of the place. Like, what's going on? I'm like, you know what? I think this guy cut the vents out, cut the vent down each side, and then he just glued or siliconed, or whatever you want to call it, roof cemented the exhaust fan. I did end up going back and just resealing that. I added a bunch, but everything just clicked. I'm like, this guy removed the vents and put exhaust fans in. And I'm just like, holy crap, this guy just created work. At that point, you're better off not even putting exhaust fans or the vent outside. Because now, I'm gonna have to remove the fart fans, the exhaust fans, covers, and now I have to put vents back up there. And now I have to make up another hole on both sides for the exhaust fans. And my buddy didn't catch that either when we were up there. But I sent him a picture, the picture that I showed you guys, the ones in a row. First thing he tells me, or I call him up, I call him up and first thing he comes out of his mouth, he's like, did you do that? I'm like, no. I'm like, does that place look familiar? He's like, I don't know if he said, I forgot what he said. I'm like, no, it's the rental property, dude. You were on that roof. He's like, yeah. It looks like, then he finally said exactly what I said. I guess it's different when you're actually on a roof and not looking at it. This was years ago when I had him look at it. But once you're actually looking at it in a row, it stands out like a sore thumb. So he's gonna be nice enough to give me a hand to fix that. I'm definitely no roofer. But yeah, I just had to say that. That just blows my mind. Sometimes you're better off not touching stuff if you're gonna create more work. I can't remember if my inspector said something or my buddy, but it wasn't clicking. It was not clicking until I went up there. They have a vent in the middle, so it's weird. They got 7 vents. I think that's perfect if there wasn't a duplex. If it wasn't a duplex. It is a duplex and there's a firewall, or there's a piece of drywall in the attic dividing the units. So now that extra vent up there is vent in either side. I don't know which side, because it's that close. It's pretty much on the center, so it's on either side of that board. I could probably see if I could get away without or just leaving it, but one day those fans, the exhaust fans, we'll call them, the fart fan covers, will leak if I don't keep up the silicone or the sealant, which isn't right. It will fail. And then also if I take a chance and leave without the exhaust, I mean not the exhaust, without the vents, and now I can create mold. There was a big problem with mold in this place. Huge. Well, the main issue was water was intruding from the outside, and the outside wasn't sloped properly, which I'm gonna have to deal with that again. I already fixed it. The vapor barrier wasn't good enough. They didn't have it taped. All this moisture was getting inside. They were flushing. The wax ring failed, and they're flushing. Every time they flush, a bunch of water going to crawl space. So whole crawl space was full of mold. And then each attic had mold in it, but it was on the outsides. I think the inspector was blaming the bathroom exhaust fans for having mold in the attic. I don't think it was. I mean, yes, it could definitely cause it. Spraying moisture in the attic. But what I really think it is, I did a bunch of research online about it with the chimney effect. I am not no specialist. It's just a random dude on YouTube. I'm just talking what I think. So what I think would happen was there's all that mold in that crawl space, and they say there's a chimney effect. So if you have like mold in the crawl space, you're gonna have mold in the attics because the place has got to breathe. So it goes from the bottom up, and that's why both sides in the attic on the right sides had mold. That's what I think. But I'm not gonna take an extra chance saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave the vents off and run the risk of having to grow mold again, because It was no fun when I was doing that. Definitely no fun. Or they could be right and the exhaust fans were causing the mold because they were just venting right in the attic, and it was pretty much right where the exhaust fans were too. I just thought I'd bring that up. Have a good night.